I've received some questions this semester about formatting your lab assignments. I'm going to walk through one example here of how to format a lab assignment question that uses StatKey. This is very similar to a question that you'll see on the Lesson 4 lab assignment. For this question set, you're going to use StatKey to construct bootstrap confidence intervals using the percentile method. You'll learn how to do that in Lesson 4. You must include screenshots of all relevant StatKey distributions cropped down to show only the relevant parts of your screen. You must always clearly identify your final answers. So there's two things that you need to include with a question like this. The first is your screenshot from StatKey, and then the second is a sentence or a phrase identifying what your final answer is. So we'll walk through this question. We are going to use StatKey to bootstrap a confidence interval for a single proportion, given x is 40 and n is 80. Again, you'll learn this procedure in Lesson 4. Right now, I just want to show you, once you get the output, what you should include in the lab assignment. So we have our 95% confidence interval here. What we want to do now is take a screenshot of this. I'm on a Mac, so the easiest thing to do is Command-Shift-4, which will let me select part of my screen. If you're on a PC, you should have a snipping tool. That'll give you a similar effect, but it'll bring up a little screen and it'll ask you to select the area that you want. You can then copy and paste that. The other option is to use print screen. If you're on a PC, somewhere up around F8, there should be a button that says print screen, and that'll take a screenshot of the entire screen, which you can then paste into your Word document, but don't forget to crop it down. So here I will take that screenshot, put it in my lab assignment, and maybe at this point I decided that, I don't need this information over here. In Word, I can double click and crop it down. The crop button might look a little bit different depending on the version of Word that you're using, but this will let you crop it down to just the relevant parts of the screen. You click crop again. You can then resize it if you feel like you need to make it a little bit bigger so that we can read it. I'll make it a little bit smaller so this fits on one page. So that's the first part of the answer, the StatKey output. The second part is to clearly identify your final answer. So for this, you want to change the color of the font, and then I would write something like the 95% confidence interval is 0.388. I'll probably put this in brackets, 0.600. So those are the two pieces that you need to include in the lab. If you have any questions, please post them to the discussion board at campus.